In the fishing village of Eldermere, where the sea met the sky in a perpetual kiss of salt and silver, lived an old man named Jonah. For 50 years he had kept the lighthouse on the Black Cliffs, polishing its great lens each dawn and lighting its lamp each dusk. Children called him the lantern keeper, though his own light had grown dim. His wife had slipped away with the tide one winter, and their only son had sailed off to chase horizons and never returned. Jonah spoke little now. He moved through his days like a shadow in oilskin, feeding the lamp, mending nets no one asked him to mend, and watching the gulls argue over scraps. The villagers left bread and fish at his door out of habit, the way one leaves offerings at a quiet shrine. One November evening, when the wind carried the smell of coming snow, a small girl appeared at the lighthouse door. She could not have been more than 7, barefoot despite the cold, clutching a broken paper lantern in her thin hands. Rain had turned its red rice paper to pulp.
"Sir," she said, voice small but steady, "my mother is sick. The doctor says she needs light inside her chest. Can your big lamp help?" Jonah stared at her. For a long moment, the only sound was the sea chewing the rocks below. "Come in," he finally grunted. He sat her by the iron stove, wrapped her feet in his only clean towel, and gave her the last of his tea. While she drank, he examined the ruined lantern. It was cheap, the kind sold at the summer fair, yet she held it as though it were made of starlight. "Paper's gone," he said. "Nothing I can do." The girl's eyes filled, but did not spill. "Then make me a new one, a real one, the kind that never goes out."
Jonah laughed, a dry, rusty sound he had almost forgotten. "Lamps need oil, child. Oil runs out." "Not the ones that matter," she answered. That night he could not sleep. The girl's words circled him like gulls. At 3 in the morning he rose, climbed the spiral stairs, and stood before the great lens. For the first time in years he really looked at it. The brass still bright beneath the salt, the glass thick as ice, the flame inside trembling like a living heart. He remembered his wife's laugh, how it had once filled the tower, the way light filled the sea. He remembered his son's small hand in his, pointing at the stars, asking which one was theirs. He remembered believing, once, that light could travel forever if you only aimed it right. At dawn, the girl returned. Jonah handed her a lantern he had built in the dark hours, a small copper frame, a pane of the lighthouse's own spare glass, and inside a single beeswax candle he had saved from his wedding day. "It's plain," he said, almost embarrassed. The girl turned it in her hands as though it were the sun itself. "It's perfect." She carried it home through the waking streets. Jonah watched from the cliff until the tiny flame disappeared among the rooftops. That winter was the hardest in memory. Snow buried the village for weeks. The sea froze in black sheets. Yet every evening the villagers saw a steady golden spark moving from house to house. The girl, her name was Leela, went wherever someone was afraid or hurting. She never spoke much. She simply set the lantern on the table, sat quietly, and let the light do the talking. People began to remember things they had forgotten. A mother sang her feverish son the lullaby she thought she had lost. An old fisherman told his grandson the story of the whale that once saved his boat. A young widow laughed for the first time since her husband's drowning. On the longest night of the year, the lighthouse lamp sputtered and died. The oil was gone.
The villagers gathered at the foot of the cliffs, lanterns in hand, afraid of the dark sea.
Jonah stood at the top, empty-handed, feeling the wind tear at him like regret. Then he saw it, a single spark climbing the path. Leela, half buried in snow, the little copper lantern held high. Behind her walked every soul in Eldamia, each carrying their own small light. They reached the tower. Without a word, they passed their lanterns up the stairs, hand to hand, until the iron room glowed like a second sunrise. Jonah took the last one, Leela's, and set it inside the great lens. The glass caught the flame, magnified it, and threw a single brilliant beam across the frozen sea. The light did not go out that night, nor the next, nor any night after. The villagers took turns feeding it, each adding their own oil, their own story, their own small courage. And Jonah, standing among them, felt something warm bloom behind his ribs for the first time in years. Years later, when the old man finally lay down to sleep beside the sea, the villagers carried him to the cliff and lit every lantern they owned. They did not weep. Instead, they told the children the story of the barefoot girl who taught a broken lighthouse how to shine again. And on clear nights, if you stand on those black rocks and look out to sea, you can still see the beams sweeping across the water, steady, golden, endless. It is not one light anymore. It is all of them, braided together, refusing to go dark.